Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here in Warzone 2, the SMG category is incredibly competitive, and close range fights in this game are kind of awkward. It seems like sometimes you just get absolutely melted in close range, like the TTK is insane. So having the right setup for your close range gun is crucial. And today I wanted to break down the top 5 best SMGs that we've got in Warzone 2 at the moment. Starting here at number 5, first off, I got the Minibak. This thing has the mag capacity, which is one of the better benefits in this game. Like, it's one of the greater options because magazine capacity in this game, when you start to throw on extended mags, does slow you down a lot. So having that good magazine capacity while also having good movement, good control, it's checking all the right boxes, right? So first up here, I'm using the Chrono Mini Pro. This is your basic blue dot optic. I go ahead and I tune this for the furthest eye position, ADS and flinch resistance. Like, you can slide this towards ADS, but it's not really going to make a difference from testing so far. I also got the Olay laser on here. You'll see this on basically every single sub because this is going to allow for better ADS and better sprint to fire. Two huge movement benefits that you want to focus on for your SMG setups. I also am running the 279 barrel. This one is meant for range and velocity. You'll see it does hurt your ADS, but I actually tune this for a faster ADS. We don't care too much about damage range. We more so are focused on the velocity, making sure that hit reg feels good. Then I also tune this for a better aim walking speed as well. So between the base stats of this barrel plus the tuning, you kind of get the best of all worlds, best of both worlds going on there. I also got the RR40 muzzle. This is your basic suppressor that we're going to use basically on every single SMG because it's readily available. Only hurting your ADS and stability, and we can gain that ADS back super easy, but it's going to help out with keeping you off the compass, also better range and velocity as well, which is just nice added benefits there. And I tune this for a much faster ADS, not quite max there, and a little bit better velocity. You could also go the other way for stability though too. Just tune that to your liking. If you are noticing too much sway, go for more stability. If you're fine with the sway that's there, you could go for velocity. That's one that's more so up to your personal play style. Then I also got the True Tac grip on here. Better sprint to fire, better ADS yet again. Hurts the control a little bit, so we actually tune for a little bit better control than we tune for a faster sprint to fire as well. Again, not all the way max on those to avoid any major, negatives there with the graph, but overall, this is going to be nice and fast, nice and aggressive, great magazine capacity and damage per mag, so it's going to be super competitive. Now at number 4, I've got the Hurricane for a lot of the same reasons. This thing especially, I feel like, is good for like some obviously close range gunfights, being that it is an SMG, it's going to compete there, but also for like sniper support in some of the mid-range areas as well. This is one of the SMGs that really stands out there to me too, just because it is very low recoil, so it's got that going for it. Also has the larger magazine by default yet again, so you're already getting that checked off too. So good damage per mag, good control, good mobility. It's going to be a really consistent SMG. Again, here I got the Chrono Mini Pro. I'm just not a huge fan of the iron sights there. If you like them, you could definitely change that out for something else, maybe some ammo upgrades in the form of like overpressured where you have that better flinch. That's more so up to you. I like the blue dot though, especially because that visual recoil is a lot less when you have that furthest eye position tune on there. We got the X10 grip. This also is better for sprint to fire and ADS, and just like before, we go ahead and tune this for a slightly faster sprint to fire and a little bit better steadiness on there as well, so it's a bit easier to use. Olay laser on here as well, same reasons as before. I got the X7 barrel on here, which is like the monolithic integral suppressor basically, so it's keeping you off the compass, also though helping out with hip fire and range and velocity, so you're checking a lot of boxes there. And then I go ahead and I tune that for the better control just in case for those mid-range fights, but then for that faster ADS as well, so it's still nice and snappy while maintaining that good control. Then lastly, I go for the shark fin underbarrel, which usually just helps out with stability, but it has no cons here, which is super nice. So I can go ahead and tune this for slightly better stabilization and a faster aim walking speed or strafe speed, so you're getting some extra benefits with that with no real cons there. You could also opt for a different barrel that might help more with control or more with hip fire, but you are going to have more cons to deal with there too. Frankly, I feel like this is a nice benefit to get just because you're not getting a ton of extra recoil stabilization or a ton of extra strafe speed, but it's a little bit that you wouldn't have otherwise. Now at number 3, I've got the MX9. In my opinion, probably the easiest SMG to use. Like, if you're someone who's looking for a low recoil gun that is nice and consistent, nice and straightforward, this is the choice here. Its damage per mag is decent. It could be a lot better. The magazine does hold it back some, but because you're going to land shots consistently, its TTK is still super competitive. It also is very agile and very quick, which I love as well. So here again, we got the Chrono Mini Pro, especially in this case. I can't stand the iron sights on the MX9. So gotta go for the blue dot there, tuned again for the furthest eye position. I got the Q900 grip, which again is for better sprint to fire and better ADS, tuned for better steadiness, so we get the nice balance there, but also for basically max sprint to fire there, so we got that fast stat on there. You gotta run the 32 round extended mag here. 32 rounds still is pushing it for duos, trios, and quads, which is the main drawback of this gun. But like I said, the recoil is so easy. It's so easy to land shots consistently that you're still gonna be able to take out plenty of enemies with those 32 rounds. 7 milliwatt, which is basically the same as the Olay laser for that better ADS and sprint to fire. I don't use a barrel. Instead, I just go for the RR40 suppressor yet again for the same pros, and I tune this for that faster ADS speed. And then again, you could either go for better velocity or you could go for better stability. Totally comes down to how you want this weapon to feel. I prefer the velocity for potentially some mid-range fights, but that is all based on how you want this gun to perform. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel, your first time checking it out, first off, welcome. Or if you're a part of the 60% of viewers who have not already subscribed, every single day, this is your place to be for the latest news and updates, so you're always up to date with all things going on between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ, but also the best tips, class setups, and loadouts so you guys can fry in-game and get better in-game as well. So if that stuff interests you, you want to stay up to date with all that, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys enjoy this one, or if you find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Let's try and aim for 3,000 likes. Y'all have been killing it with the like goals every single day, so seriously do appreciate all the support. Now at number 2, I've got the MP5, otherwise known as the Lachmann sub. This thing again is checking all the right boxes. It's got great recoil, so it's super easy to use, especially like even in some mid-range you can get away with that as well. It's still easy to land shots on target. Really good mobility, really good damage as well. So here I actually really like the iron sights, so I don't use an optic. We get an extra attachment out of that. I do use the 40 round extended mag, 30 by default, just like over in the MX9, kind of pushing it for anything outside of solos. So that's that nice safety net there with that extended mag. 7 milliwatt laser on here yet again, same reasons as before. Shark fin under barrel yet again, and once more we are tuning for that better stabilization and better aim walking speed. You could also tune for a faster ADS though if you wanted to as well. Like you could go either way on that slider if you want it to be a bit more snappy or a bit more consistent. Totally up to, again, how you want the gun to feel. RR40 muzzle on there, once more tuned for that faster ADS and better velocity or better stability depending on which one you value more. Then lastly, I do go for the 12-inch barrel, which is actually the slowest barrel here, helping out with control, range, and velocity. But because we can tune this for faster ADS, I go ahead and do that at the bottom. Again, damage range is not a super important factor when we're already getting that from the barrel itself. Then I tune for better steadiness. You could also though go for that better strafe speed as well if you wanted to. There's a lot of customization here with the tuning, and keep in mind it's not going to do insane numbers and take your speed to the next level, but it's some added stats here and there that can maybe make a weapon feel a little bit more well-rounded, if you will. But the customization here and how you want a gun to feel is really nice because it's not just the same copy and paste on every setup. You can really make it feel true to how you want the weapon to perform. But overall, this one, like I said, is checking all the right boxes. It's going to be one of the most consistent SMGs we have, hence why I have it at that number 2 spot. Then at number 1, no surprises here, we got the Fennec 45. This is holding that number 1 spot, dominating the SMG category just because it is absolutely frying. The TTK here is absurd. It's maybe not as fast as every other SMG, especially with the build here, which is a little bit slower because it's more based on control and consistency and being able to land shots to fry enemies. It's going to be able to hold its own simply based off of its just insane TTK, right? So here, first up, no optic yet again. I really like the iron sights here. I go for the rubber grip, better ADS and sprint to fire, tuned for that better control and basically max sprint to fire to keep the mobility nice and fast. 45 round mag here is a must have. Without it, the Fennec's not the number 1 SMG. It's like number 4 or 5 maybe because the damage per mag would be so bad. It's still not great with 45, but it's better than, you know, anything else you can get here. So we have to be running that. Shark fin on here yet again, better stabilization, max strafe speed basically because you're not hurting anything by tuning that all the way up. We got the covert force barrel, built-in suppressor yet again to keep us off the compass. Also helps out with the range and velocity some, tuned for better recoil, and then also the faster ADS speed on there yet again. Then lastly, we got the 7 milliwatt laser once more for that faster ADS and for that faster sprint to fire. So you got plenty of options for real snappy, real aggressive SMGs, also some more consistent ones with better control. Overall, the top 5 is filled with a lot of variety and a lot of really, really solid choices. That said, that is going to wrap things up for this one though. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you can always guarantee you are up to date with the latest between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.